Ordered 2 wedding dresses, both of which I loved and want for my wedding. I ordered them to my mom's house because I live in the city and was worried about them being stolen. On Sunday, the 3 of us were talking, sister next to me and mom on speakerphone, about it arriving this week since tracking said it was coming. We all agreed nobody tries on the dresses, as my mom says it's bad juju, and I think it's flat out inappropriate for anyone but me to put on my dress. I don't want anyone in my wedding dress. Well, today my mom casually texted me, "Your sister tried on your gown. It's so tiny. It would never fit you. It's not even nicely made." What? I literally lost my crap. Why the duck is she trying on my dress after we literally just agreed nobody tries on the dress? I cannot wrap my mind around why either of them would do this. Why would my mom even ask? And why would my sister say yes? However, they're trying to frame it as they were helping me, because the dress didn't look right, so they wanted to check it out. It looked too small, and after putting it on, I can't wear it anyway, so they've saved me the trouble. What the duck? I don't think that's the point, and this is a horrible plea at self-preservation. I am absolutely furious, because I feel they robbed me of that decision to make myself. They keep saying the other one is nicer. I don't care. Let me decide that. Now I can't get the image out of my head of my sister trying on my wedding dress, even if it's the wrong size. Who the duck does that? They've both said sorry, but it's one of those half-hearted sorries where they aren't really sorry because they don't think they did anything wrong. My anger feels completely warranted, and this whole situation is extremely disappointing, calculated behavior on their part. I am just not liking the whole vibe, and this is leaving a very bad taste in my mouth. A simple, "Wow, I didn't think of it that way, and I'm very sorry to upset you about your ducking wedding." This is supposed to be something special for me, and it's a boundary. It can be enjoyed if shared by all parties. My future husband, future sister-in-law, and cousin all agreed with me that my mom and sister are the a-hole, but I'm feeling gaslighted by my mom and sister, so now I'm starting to rethink that I'm the unreasonable one and it's not a big deal. Am I the a-hole? It is actually concerning that you all had to agree that nobody else tries on the dress except you. That should have been a given. It sounds like you and your mom knew your sister was likely to try it on, and even after agreeing not to, she did. Your sister is an a-hole. I'm sure this is only the latest instance of that. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. What happened to, "Hey OP, the dresses just arrived, but one of them looks very small and badly made. What do you want us to do about it?" Not the a-hole. I genuinely don't think this is a Bridezilla moment, because who the hell tries on someone's wedding dress before them? This is something seriously wrong with your mother and sister. Has your sister shown signs of being jealous of you in the past? Or being attention-seeking? My stepmom, who I get along with amazingly and is an amazing grandma to my kids, has a son who is 24, still living at home rent-free while working a high-paying job. He's an only child, which will probably help. I get along with him also. Over the last few years, I've been really appreciative that stepmom only has 1 child and married to someone who has 4, and 2 of them are drop-kick losers. Other one just keeps to himself. She's done really well considering the drama that 2 siblings have continually caused. I've always understood that it's a hard transition going from 1 to 5, and you've always got your connection with your kid. However, the last 3 years have just killed me. My dad is totally deep in it too, where his kids are barely anything. Our birthdays are always forgotten. Christmas is an Xmas Eve trip the night before for something cheap they can find. Holidays and dinners are never including us. My siblings couldn't care less, but it hurts me. A few examples that really hurt me are, 1. Her cat had to be put down, who her son hated anyway. They did up his bedroom completely to make him feel better. My cat was hit by a car, not even a text. My dog drowned, freak accident, not even a text. I had a traumatic miscarriage which resulted in surgery, not a text. 2. This is the first year, in 4 years, they've spent with my kids, but they will travel 6+ hours to see her son, passing our house by not even 1 kilometer to spend Christmas with him, even though he was just on holiday. 3. This year's Christmas gift to him was a $500 plus gift because we didn't get anything for his birthday. My kids, husband and I didn't get anything at all for our birthdays, and we got a combined present totaling less than $20. Her son has bought them extravagant things, like holidays, etc., which I would never be able to afford to do. But I do my best and give really thoughtful gifts that aren't cheap and things that they've been wanting, and they just get shoved into the back of a closet. I've worked on so much stuff for them, deep clean their house while they're away so they come back to a fresh, beautiful home, cook them dinners after a stressful week. But now I'm feeling like I'm just not good enough. Last week I spoke to my dad about it, and basically said that until they treat us like equals and stop making me and siblings feel like black sheep, that I won't be visiting or having them around my kids. Because I figure if it's happening at this level, when stepbrother has kids, it's going to happen then too, and will be blatantly obvious to my children, and I'd like to save them from that heartache if I can. Now, I've got friends and family, even my dropkick brothers messaging saying I'm the a-hole, and I'm ruining my family, and I'm the only one to blame, and that I shouldn't be doing this to my kids. Am I the a-hole? Edited to add. When I spoke to my dad, he got defensive and completely gaslit me to try and make me think I was the one manifesting all of this. It was then I offered the ultimatum. I usually consider myself quite a reasonable person and will put others' feelings above my own. Also, dropkick brothers. Harsh, but one of them lets his 11-year-old smoke W. Even encourages it. All the right agencies have been involved. And the other broke into my house, wrecked my car, and pawned my stuff. I have nothing to do with either of them. Luckily, I'm complete opposite of that. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. I wouldn't want to feel like a second-class citizen for my own family, and I think it is good for you to put up these boundaries for the sake of your children. Not the a-hole, but at the same time, I wouldn't let it worry you. You have your own family and life. I just ignore all that. I suppose technically it's not really your business. Not the a-hole, but I have to tell you this. Shane an amazing person. The way she treats you is as far from amazing as you can get. Not the a-hole. You're protecting your kids from having their hearts ripped out later when the golden child has children. However, the chance of him finding a woman that treats him as good as his mom is about nil. Speak to your dad about any family heirlooms that should go to your side of the family, because you just know mommy will give them to the loser. My sister-in-law had a small elopement wedding ceremony in December. She is the younger baby of the family and gets treated exactly how you can imagine. I don't usually have issue with it. I'm just used to her getting showered with attention and love from her family. They're protective over her. Before her ceremony a month prior, she asked me to take her and her friends to the bachelorette party with my car. Out of town, 6-hour drive. Okay, she's my sister-in-law, of course. The week of her ceremony, I helped take her shopping for her dress and made a nail appointment for both of us for her big day. No thank you, but it's her big day soon. No big deal. We had a great week together. The day comes. I'm really happy for her. The after party at the restaurant, we reserved 2 tables of 10. My fiancé and I are sitting with her and a couple of her friends at one table. Her family are sitting at the other table. About 25 to 30 minutes go by. We've already settled in our seats, got drinks, hanging out and deep in discussion when 2 of my sister-in-law's friends come up to the table. My sister-in-law suddenly told my fiancé and I to get up and leave to sit at the other table. I was totally taken aback. We already ordered, already got ourselves established there with drink and conversation for some time, and without warning, she told us to leave so her friends can sit with her. As a family member, I felt embarrassed we had to get up and leave in front of everyone. For the rest of the dinner, I kept thinking about how she didn't thank me for anything I've done for her, how she's so selfish. I understand that it's her wedding day, but I think these kind of days also include being surrounded and grateful for your family. Her tone was just so backhanded and rude when telling us to get up and sit over there, too. I felt alienated and dumb. I just had a conversation with her the other day where she demanded I apologize to her for ruining her wedding day because I was really quiet at the dinner table and didn't speak for the rest of the night. I was on the verge of tears, and she told me I shouldn't have to think about your feelings on my wedding day. You ruined my day, etc. It felt like she was gaslighting me and making me feel like such an idiot for feeling that way. Her mom, my fiancé's mom, thinks I should apologize for making her baby girl feel that way on her special day. I tried letting her know how and why I felt the way I did, but it seemed like she had a script already of what she wanted to say, and still thinks I should apologize. So, am I the a-hole? What should I do? Not the a-hole. She's an ungrateful piece of work. Why did she notice how quiet you were on her wedding day? Was it perhaps because she felt the tiniest bit guilty for how she'd treated you? Not just that, but we spoke today for the first time since then. She demanded an apology because I ruined her wedding day, and when I told her weddings aren't just about the bride and the groom, it's about family too, and a celebration of love and etc. She said, yeah, family, like my mom, dad, brother, excluding me. She's only been with her new husband for 3 years. I felt so disrespected and hurt. Not the a-hole. I wouldn't even worry about it. Quit putting so much thought into it. With that attitude, she's going to be divorced pretty soon and will take her drama elsewhere. Yeah, her husband is even saying it's been blown out of proportion. It's only becoming a problem because they're dragging my fiancé into it, asking him all the time when I'm going to apologize, and talking bad about me to him. They're also grilling him and asking why he's not on their side. Not the a-hole. What she did was extremely rude. And quite frankly, it's not like you flipped her cake off the table in reaction or anything. There's no reason she should be overreacting, to the consequences of her own actions, might I add. That being said, gaslighting behavior is a huge red flag, especially if she's being supported by her family members. I'd advise caution as you join this family, and maybe reconsider even doing that. I'm dealing with a narcissist in-law right now, and I get how emotionally tiring it can be to try and deal with the constant interpersonal warfare. My husband and I attended a party with the rest of his family. When we got to the party, we noticed that his sister-in-law looked quite pregnant. But I have always believed it is up to people to tell you due to various possible circumstances, so we didn't mention anything. My sister-in-law said my husband's brother was sick and so was keeping himself in his room the whole time we were there. I didn't think much of it at the time. Since no one at the party mentioned a pregnancy at any time over the 3 to 4 hours we were there, we both just kept quiet and tried to participate as normal. As we walked back to our car, we were really confused and couldn't figure out if she was actually pregnant, but convinced ourselves maybe not, given no one mentioned it or hinted at it. The next day, mother-in-law accidentally made a reference to a baby, so I jumped on it and the pregnancy was revealed. Turned out, sister-in-law was 8 months pregnant and they didn't want to tell us. Just us. Which would have been fine, except the response was that we should have asked at the party. They hadn't seen us in a long time and that they were waiting for us in person, but couldn't at the birthday party apparently because brother was sick in the bedroom. Previous 3 pregnancy announcements within the family, including our own, happened at around 12 weeks through chats and open discussion. My mother-in-law claimed that she really wanted to tell my husband and me, but was told not to share the news by my husband's brother. I understand my husband is not close to his 2 siblings. They've also never really made an effort with us. Still, it bothers me that the whole family knew of the pregnancy and deliberately didn't tell us. Especially at the party when they chose to spend 3 hours in our company not saying anything. We were also the first to leave, since we had a toddler and baby, so I can only imagine the discussion that happened after. They then made it seem like it was our fault for not asking, when we told my husband's parents that this was really strange and we were feeling quite taken aback by it all. They tried to claim we hid our first pregnancy till 6 months as justification, until we showed them an email they sent proving we had told everyone after the first trimester check. It just felt like a whole lot of gaslighting happening. I'm now finding I just prefer keeping to myself and not spending time with the extended family. Am I the a-hole for not directly asking about the pregnancy and feeling like the outsider in the family because of the situation? Not the a-hole. What if she had been pregnant but lost the baby and still looked pregnant? You never ask someone if they are pregnant, even if you are pretty darn sure that's the case. That's just common sense. Not the a-hole. When someone is 8 months pregnant at a party and nobody else mentions it, that isn't just waiting for you to ask. It's a test, and a super weird one at that. It doesn't matter what you say. They want to play the loopy games. Best leave them to it. Not the a-hole. Can you imagine what the reaction would be if you asked if she was pregnant and she wasn't? It's bizarre that you are all close enough to get together as a family, but not close enough for them to tell you they are expecting. So, I visited my family this weekend and had my car parked at the very edge of our driveway. My sister, 18, whips her car out of the garage and bangs into my car, which was 100 plus feet away from the garage. Completely crumples the door. It's a brand new Subaru Crosstrek 2020, by the way. My mother is now refusing to give me their insurance info and telling me they will pay it all without insurance getting involved, so their rates don't skyrocket because of this. I say this was a risk they chose to take when they allowed my sister to drive, and it is not my responsibility to make sure their rates don't go up. She is gaslighting me. I'm ready to file a police report so I can get their insurance info because she is unwilling to disclose this information to me. If it was just a bumper or a taillight or something, that would be different. But this is a whole back passenger door. I am a full-time student and I work full-time and have a second part-time job. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm also mentally ill. I do not have the mental energy to find a body shop, request the estimate, arrange for a car rental, and everything else that goes into this situation of getting my car repaired. I'm starting to get manic because of the stress of this situation. I just want to give it to insurance so they can handle this crap show. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. But if they don't want to get their insurance involved and pay for it themselves, I don't get the big deal. Can't you get an estimate and have them pay up front for the repair? Your insurance can go up as well, even though it wasn't your fault. It is still an accident. If anything, you should call their insurance and not even get your insurance involved. Just make this clear. You don't need their insurance info to start a claim. You have the license plate of the car that hit you, and you have the name of the person that hit you. Your insurance company pays lawyers to sit around all day and wait for situations like yours to come up. They'll locate the other insurance company, or they'll go after the responsible party direct if it turns out they have no insurance. Commenting again because I misread your post. Not the a-hole. I'd contact your insurance company first. If they say you need a police report, do it. You did nothing wrong. However, if they are willing to pay 100% of the cost for repairs, well, that's easier for everyone.